Hello, marhaba. Thank you for joining us at the podcast by Chalhoub Group. I'm your host, Lynn Al Khatib, the VP of Communication at the group. Today's topic is incredibly important. It's all about how you can create your own certainty in an uncertain world. Because with everything that's happening around us, it's easy to feel overwhelmed with your emotions. And if you have to show up at your job, it's even harder. And with me to tackle this very important topic is none other than the world-renowned therapist, author, and human who really cares about helping people, children and adults alike, to feel that they are worth it. She has helped so many people control their mindsets and have their own certainty in this uncertain world. Marisa Peer is my guest today. Marisa, I'm so glad and happy that you are on our podcast. It's just beautiful to have you here, and our offices too.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, today we wanted, a different approach to our podcast topic. We believe that we talk about emotional intelligence a lot. And we talk about it maybe from a very corporate and serious approach. However, we feel that within the corporate environment, it's important to really feel your feelings and understand how people, leaders, employees, everybody can have their own certainty, can control their emotions, and of course their thoughts, because their thought process is everything. So this is why we're very happy to have you to talk about some of the things that impact our thought process, our feelings, and things that we need to feel safe and secure in general. So first, I think I'd just like to ask you what you're doing in Dubai in general, and what brings you here.
I never planned to move to Dubai. I came here in February 2023 to speak for the government with no intention to live here, but I had 2 speaking jobs 3 weeks apart, and by the time I left, I already knew I was going to move here. And I moved here from Los Angeles because it's a great place for business. When I was putting my program in the school system in the UK and Europe and America, there's so much red tape. Here, there's really no red tape. If the government like you or people like you, that I find them very supportive. We've had so many things just rubber stamped, and it's really interesting coming from a different culture where that doesn't happen. To have someone say, "Oh, we like it. Let's do it." Here's something they say, "We're going to do that." And they do it. In England, we're going to do it. We're going to talk about it for 2 years and then maybe do it, or maybe we'll change. So I love the directness I think this is a great place for business. I think if you're innovative, you're very supported here, which is a wonderful thing.
Well, indeed, what you say is very, it's rooted in the culture as well. We say, yes, we're can-do attitude, we're very ambitious, we're optimistic, we want to do everything. And I feel sometimes that's, for people, a big responsibility. We had a speaker 2 days ago talking about AI, and he was saying that actually you have a responsibility to lead in AI and innovation, because you are at Chalhoub Group, 2, you are in Dubai and in the region, where both, coming together, it brings a responsibility to be leading in things and to take the chance. And when it comes to mental well-being as well, there's a lot of effort being put at organizations like ours, for example, where we take it very, very seriously. And at a government level, at a school level. So that's what I love, that you're actually working with schools and with adults as well, because we have to start young, and I think that's the future.
Yeah, I think people are seeing that mental health is not a dirty word. Just as a company would care about your physical health, they should care about your emotional health, your mental health. We realize now that the two are intertwined, and if you can help people with their mental health, you'll get much better, more dedicated, more productive employees.
Absolutely. So I wanted to start by the very, straightforward first thing that comes to mind when you talk about mental health. It's your thought process and your mindset.
Yeah.
It's your mind, it's your mindset. And I know you were speaking at our leadership conference a couple of days ago, and the idea that your thoughts and become your feelings, become your actions, and then they trigger further the thoughts that you have. Tell me a bit more what mindset really is and how is it formed?
80% of your success in any field will come down to the right mindset. If you want to succeed, you have to have a success mindset. So people might say, I want to be a speaker, but I'm so scared of being rejected. Well, that's not the right mindset. The mindset is I could be a speaker. Nobody can reject me. I've got something to say. So mindset is really, how do you dialogue with yourself? What do you tell yourself? Do you say I'm scared or excited? I'm not prepared. I'm ready. I'm worried. I've got this. My boss believes in me. Clearly, he can see something in me. So mindset is, how are you dialoguing with yourself? The most important words you will ever hear are the words you say to yourself. I could say to someone, you're amazing, but I may have an agenda. But if I say it to myself, it will go in, there's no agenda. And successful people have a very interesting mindset. One of the things they do is they do not hear no. They hear no right now, or no for this company, or no at the moment. They don't do denial, they do delay. They have an interesting concept. I don't hear no. I hear no at the moment, but come back next month or next year. They also are able to delay gratification. They take action every day in the direction of their goals. They tell you that they're good, and they do the things they dislike to get to where they want to be. And people who fail will give up their dream. They go, I could never do that. I wouldn't do that. But people who want success have certain habits. We go, well, that's not natural for me. Well, neither is sticking a contact lens in your eye. But if you do it every day, it becomes natural. So people who are very successful leave clues, and we should study them and study their mindset. How do they think? What do they do? How do they cope with setbacks? It isn't true that people who've made it haven't failed. They fail a lot, but they have what's called the bounce back factor. They come back like a big rubber ball. And just saying, I have a bounce back factor. I don't do denial, I just do delay. I'm moving towards it. I'm ready. And just simple adjustments. It's amazing how the simplest adjustments change your life. So the brain can't tell the difference between fear and excitement. If you watch someone at a fun fest screaming, are they excited or terrified? Who knows? It's all the same. So when you go, I'm so scared of speaking, mindset is, I'm ready to speak, I have something to say, and I like it. I'm not nervous, I'm excited. So mindset is just, guiding your mind in a better way. Sometimes we're taking our mind into two lanes. I want to speak, I want to lead the team, I want to take this to my boss, but what if they don't like it? And now you're going in two lanes. You've got to put your mind in one lane. Focus on one lane, the lane of success, self-worth, and self-belief. And don't wait for your boss to say you're really good. Tell yourself, this is my gift. This is my talent. This is my unique skill set. We're all here with a gift. And you're supposed to find your gift, learn the art of perfecting your gift, and then share your gift with the entire world. And that's not hard, but you need some self-belief to do it. And self-belief is an interesting word because it says self-belief. That means what I think of me, if I said to you, I hold you in the highest esteem, it's what I think about you, but self-esteem is what I think of me. So self-belief, self-esteem, self-confidence. It's not my job to give it to you, it's your job to give it to yourself, and nobody can do it better than you. So when you raise your level of self-worth, self-esteem, and self-belief, what's amazing is the whole world joins you at that elevated level. When you diminish it, they join you at that level too.
I mean, what you're saying is very powerful. And at the same time, success is often seen as, okay, this is what I love doing, I'm just going to do it, or this is my dream. And then any setback or any things that are painful in the process are seen as, okay, I'm going to give up. So how do you advise people who want to navigate that things they don't like to get to success?
But that's how you grow mindset as a person. Now, I was listening to Huda from Huda Beauty. I was listening to Mona Katan today talking about how hard she has worked to create Kayali. It doesn't just fall into her lap. So you'll always have setbacks, but success is not never failing. Success is how quickly can you get back on track. When I wrote my first book, it was rejected so many times. In fact, J.K. Rowling's book, We Have the Same Agent, was rejected so many times. And being a writer I could remember that thud. And that thud on the carpet means your manuscript's been sent back. In England, we have post, it comes through the door. You hear that, oh no, that's my manuscript being sent back again. But you just put it back in the post and send it to someone else over and over until someone says, hey, I want it. I'm going to give you a lot of money for this. But that's the mark of success. You could go, oh, I've just had my manuscript come back. They only send it back when they don't want it. What's the point? Or let me do this again, because we all have a brilliant brain and we have two choices. rationalize why things are so bad, or talk yourself out of it. You always want to talk yourself out of it. And that's part of mindset, not seeing failure, not seeing denial, saying, the most successful women in the world have had to make prototypes. Dyson didn't just sit down and invent a new vacuum cleaner. He tried over and over again. We know the whole KFC story about 80 times. The man who invented the light bulb, Edison, I think it was 100 efforts before he made it. But the mark of success is that resilience. Keep going. And you can choose to train yourself to keep going. And the fastest way is, how do you talk to yourself? What do you say? My husband many years ago was running a marathon in New York. And halfway through he thought, I can't do this. It's too much. And as he said that, these Marines went past with they're singing. And he thought, I'm going to pretend I'm a Marine. So he got to the end of them, and he ran, and he was singing, I'm a Marine and I don't care and I'm running. And he said it was so different. He finished the marathon. It was easy because he changed his state. He went from my knees, my legs to, if they're running with their body weight on their back and they're doing it, why don't I pretend I'm one of them? And the great thing is you can trick the mind. Your mind doesn't know. It doesn't care if what you tell it is true or false, helpful or hurtful, useful or useless. It doesn't know. And he doesn't care. So mindset is, if my mind's job is to make my thoughts real, then surely my job is to think better thoughts, so my mind can make the better thoughts real. How would you do that? So you might say, in this company, this person is really good at team leading, but I'm a strategist. I've got different skills. I'm not going to compare myself, because comparison is a thief of joy. I'm going to look at what I'm good at. So often we think I've got to be good at everything, and that simply isn't true. So the mindset is, this is my gift. We're put on the planet to find our gift, master and perfect our gift, and then share our gift with the whole world.
Yeah,
and you can't do that if you're gifted at everything.
I love that. And I think also in a setup of the organizational environment and the corporate environment, when we want to maybe think it's easier said than done, I can feel the audience saying, easier said than done. We know that positive thoughts. And you often talk about the ladder of looping thoughts, and how your thoughts become your feelings and actions. I just want to get your advice on, how do you start with that thought process change? So tell us a bit more about this ladder and how you can just,
So here's the truth. Everything starts with a thought. In a world where we can't control the weather or the traffic or what's going on, in a world of perma-crisis, the only control you ever have is of your thinking. When you control your thoughts and make them positive, it will change your entire life. So it kind of works like this. It's like a ladder. I have a thought, and my thought creates my feelings. And my feelings dictate my actions, which I justify because of the thoughts. If I said, I can't speak in public, I'm terrible at that, I feel worried, I feel anxious, I feel uneasy, and the action is I might go bright red, I might stutter, I might get really unhappy, I might even cry, I get angry because I can't speak in public. But if you were to flip that thought, actually, I like talking about what I love and I can speak to this group. If I change the thought, I immediately feel calm, self-assured, motivated. And the action is I might go and learn some classes in how to present because I've changed the thought. So everything starts with a thought. And we're so busy trying to change the action. I'm going to go to speaking classes, but you need to change the thought first. The thought always comes in front of feelings and behaviors. So if you think, I'm no good at presenting, I'm no good at team leading, I really fall apart when I'm the focus of attention, you're going to feel sad, blocked, and you're going to act in a way that's either sad or very angry and defensive. But if you change it to go, I can talk to people. I've got something to say. They like me. I like them. I have a skill. My boss believes in me. You've given me this project. You must think I'm up to it. Then it changes the feeling, and then it changes the action. So it's a loop. I think a thought. I feel a feeling. I behave in a certain way that matches the feeling and the thought. And then I justify it. So we make our beliefs. Our beliefs turn right around and make us. Then we have confirmation of us. I'm looking for proof of what I have chosen to believe. And guess what? I'm going to find it everywhere I go. So if you make your beliefs, and then your beliefs turn around and make you, why not make better beliefs? People who make it have amazing beliefs. Muhammad Ali said, when I started out, I said something that wasn't true. I said, I am the greatest Nobody can beat me. It wasn't even true, but I said it and I stated it. I affirmed, I embodied it. And then I became, in people's eyes, unbeatable because I said something. So what a concept. State, affirm, embody something. I'm smart. I've got something amazing to offer this company. I'm a really good worker, and people see it and they want to promote me and help me and mentor me. And I stand out in this company because I've got skills that I'm sharing and I'm supposed to share them. I mean, we know that Beyonce wasn't put here to be a nail technician. She was put here to share her voice. Ed Sheeran wasn't put here to be a plumber. He was put here to share his gift. And they had to work quite hard to get there.
I think the foundation is to know who you are and know your gifts.
Know your gift.
And also do the work. It's a lot of hard work. And in the context where in organizations there's a lot of harmonization of how people are assessed or what are the behavioral competencies, what are the functional competencies required for a certain job. It kind of generalizes that. And I often hear people coming to me and asking for PRing myself or personal branding or things that are usually taken negatively. So people are already ashamed. They come to me saying, I don't think it's me. I like the work to speak for itself. But they're telling me I need to start PRing myself. And it's such a negative connotation. So I myself am trying to change the perception of what that means. To start before the thought is to deep dive into, okay, who you are, what are your skills, and what do you want to stand for? So I think this is very, very important. But I just want to go back to our topic on creating your own certainty. So we know, I mean, your thought process can impact everything, your career, your success, your progression. When it comes to your emotions, in a world that is very uncertain, you feel overwhelmed, you feel you have personal human certainties or needs, and then emotional needs, and you have career needs to feel safe, to feel able to speak up, to feel you can navigate challenges, be it at work or personal, to show up and succeed. So tell me a bit more about those needs from emotional and career perspective.
So when we're born as a human, one of our driving needs is certainty, because if we have certainty, we're going to survive. If we know our parents love us and they're there and they attend to us, we will survive. And in a world when we get uncertainty, there's going to be a war, something's happened, there's SARS, all our certainty goes away. And what you have to do in an uncertain world is go, okay, I can't change that. And when you get into this, I can't change it and I can't accept it, your mind's in a spin. I can't change it, I can't accept it, I can't do anything about it. And it makes you feel helpless and hopeless. So if you can't change it and you can't accept it, can you change how you feel about it? Can you say, what is certainty in my life? It's actually the routines you have. And you can say, I am still the same mother, father, sister, wife, husband. I'm still the same. I'm still the same employee. So I can look at certainty. I get up and I have little rituals. I make my coffee. I take the kids to school. I make their lunch boxes. I go to work. I have team meetings. You need to be your own certainty. And your own certainty comes from having a routine, but also how you're dialoguing with yourself. Are you watching the news, going on Twitter, filling up your mind with images of terror? Because the way you feel about everything comes down to just two things. The pictures you make in your head and the words you construct, which you are free to change. So not only should you have a routine of certainty, you should go, okay, does it help me watching the news, having it on all the time? Clearly, stuff is going on that makes me uneasy, but what can I do to feel better? There's always something you can do. And if there's nothing else you can do, you can change the way you think. So bad things happen all the time, but if you change the way you think about it, you change the way you feel about it, and you change the way you behave about it. And that's often the only choice we have. When you have no control, you can control how you think about it. And that's the best control in the whole world.
Yeah. I mean, that's very deep. At the same time, I'm thinking, let's say in your career environment, right? Because you said very important two parts is, can I change it or can I accept it? And if you're neither.
Yeah.
If you're in a setup of work and you want to create your own certainty, is that, I'm almost sensing a bit of also an action, right? When it comes to your career, your success, your safety in the workplace, I can't change it. I still can't accept it. I create my own certainty. Where do you know that this is not your la la land, that of denial in a way?
You know, people say, but isn't this woo-woo? But here's the thing, woo-woo works. You know, quantum physics, the most reliable science in the whole world, says something. If I change my thoughts, I change my vibrations. If I change my vibrations, I can actually change your vibrations. This is quantum physics at work. And so if we can go from fear to calm, from anxious to certain, from out of control to it's okay, then we're changing our vibrations. And as a team leader, if you can do that for yourself, you can then do it for your team. You know, I worked with many American military men going into the war, and they would tell me how good they were at talking to the mothers of these soldiers, because, you know, they're safe with me. And they'd say, wow, you know, this particular leader, I felt my boy was safe with him because of the way he spoke and acted and conducted himself. So in an uncertain world, can you be the certainty, not just for you, but for your children, for your staff, for your colleagues? What can you do? Just saying to people, look, you can come and talk to me. I'm not going to roll my eyes or laugh or go, don't be ridiculous. I'm going to listen to fears that may not make sense. I'm going to understand one of the rules of the mind in the battle between emotion and logic. Logic never has a chance. Emotion always wins. The emotional mind defeats the logical mind. So we don't need to have logical stuff. We need emotional stuff. It's okay. It's like saying it's okay to have a fear of heights. It's okay to have a fear of bees. They're not logical, but they're still real. So a great leader, a great team, a great company says, you can come and talk to me. I won't judge you. I will show you how to have I'll show you how to do some breathing techniques. I'll show you maybe how to do certain things. There's so many things we can do, you know, just swirling saliva around your mouth, pushing your shoulders down, smelling particular smells like vanilla and coconut, having a company that supports you in meditating for 10 minutes, doing some mindset exercise, because you always want to change your state, because it's never the thing. It's how you feel about the thing. After if I put a big lump of meat on this table, if you're a vegan, that's upsetting. If you're, I've forgotten which religion it is. If you're a Hindu, it's actually offensive. If you're a bodybuilder, it's the most fantastic thing in the world. So it's never the meat. If I put a syringe on this table, if I love Botox, that's exciting. If I love a tattoo, that's thrilling. If I'm in pain, it's very reassuring. If I'm scared of pain, it makes me unhappy. So it's never the thing. It's how I feel about the thing, which I can change. So even with things going on in the world, like, you know, my PA just wrote to me and said, I'm a bit worried about the rockets. I'm like, telling the rockets have a tracker. They don't go off at random. So I was explaining something to her, and then she immediately felt better. Sometimes we're explaining stuff that's simple, but other times we have to explain it in a way that isn't. You know, we just have to, you know, my little girl used to hate it when I traveled. I said, darling, no, Mummy's divinely protected. And I just make her believe we were safe. And I had a little angel she pinned on her bra, and I pinned one on mine. And she still has that because it gave her my mummy's safe. Was that true? No, I couldn't guarantee that. But I could give her little rituals. Rituals make people feel very safe. Children, adults, routine, certain things. And so if you can create some rituals and some routines, you'll feel more safe. But if you can change the pictures in your head, change the words and say, you know, I am safe. People are working behind the scenes to make me safe. It's like saying, I'm so scared of flying, but the most dangerous part of flying is the car drive to the airport. But that's the logical, the emotional things. I can't get off the plane. I'm trapped up here. But if you change the pictures in your head and go, this is wonderful, it's so relaxing, everything changes. So if we can accept the way we feel is down to the pictures we make and the words we construct, and we're free to change those at any time at all. I'm okay, I'm calm, I'm super chilled, I've got this, my life is going on. And it may be that there are people around you that are having a lot of problems, but you're not helping them by being in a panicky, anxious state. You're helping them by being calm, focused, reassuring. You know, the way a child will come to a parent for reassurance is the way a staff member will come to a team leader. They want you to say the right things. We all want to be seen and heard. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We want to be listened to, and we don't really want to be judged.
I mean, this is so deep. I don't think one podcast is enough at all for all of this. But what I would like to end with, like usually we have a bit of tips, a bit of tricks, and in the context of expressing your emotions and being able to change your mindset and have that safe environment with your leaders, what would be 2 or 3 tips you would give leaders in an organization and 2 tips you would give employees on creating that safe space?
First of all, I would say that the words that follow I am will follow you your entire life. The words that go after I am go after you. So make some I am statements. I am smart. I am calm. I am focused. I'm a good listener. I am a fantastic problem solver. I'm responsible. I'm reliable. I'm at ease. I'm peaceful. It doesn't matter what you say, but make sure every word that goes after I am is positive for both a team leader and an employee. Secondly, as an employee, when you have a vision and a goal, one of the marks of success is people have goals and they make plans to move towards it. So have a goal, keep it in your mind and think, well, how can I achieve this goal? What steps can I take? And always expand, don't contract. You see, you have no idea what your potential is because as you get to your potential, it expands and it expands and it expands. So don't worry about your potential. It will expand as you go towards it. And when your mind goes to a new dimension, it never goes back. So for an employee, you have untapped potential. You can go anywhere, be anything if you do 2, 3 things. Tell yourself you're worth it. That's the mindset. Whatever you want, 80% of it comes back to this, sitting by yourself and going, I'm worth it and I'm worthy of success. I deserve promotion. I'm worthy of a pay rise. That is 80% of it is sitting with yourself saying, I am worth it. The most successful outfit in the whole world is L'Oreal's You're Worth It. Such a clever branding message. As you're doing the first step, I'm worth it, close your eyes or not and imagine the thing you require. And then imagine what does what you require of you? Because it requires some hard work. You want to write a best-selling book? What are you going to do to write a book? What are you going to learn? You want to have your own brand? You've got to learn marketing. What you require will require something of you. Find out what it is. And then the third step is do it. Don't go, oh, that's a hard bit. You have to do what is required of you. So find out what it is you require. Tell yourself, I'm worth it. Over and over again, you might feel silly. You might feel tearful. You might feel angry. That just means you haven't let it in yet. But you can keep doing it until you do. What do you require? I don't like the word wanting. Wanting is wanting. Requiring is I'm going to do it. What does it require of you? And then do exactly what it requires of you. And for a boss, we're so lucky we live in a world so we can learn anything. We can go on YouTube and learn all these new skills. We can Google. We can ask AI, how can I be a better boss? How can I be a leader? Leaders have some very interesting skills. They're very good at noticing other leaders. And they tell people they're good. And they employ people who are better than them. So in my team, I employ writers who are way better than me. I wouldn't go, oh no, I've got to be the best. A leader will notice something and they will encourage it. They know how to instill phenomenal self-belief in people below them, and they bring them up and they don't compete, and they'll say, oh, you're better. This is your gift. Let's focus on that. So leaders have some particular skills, and they also will tell you, I'm really good at this. This is my gift. This is my unique skill set. And one last thing, which is very helpful, it's very hard to be successful doing what you hate. So look at what you love to do in the age of 5 and 15. That is the key to your unique skill set. What did you love to do? If you loved puzzles, you're maybe a strategist. If you loved designing, then maybe you're going to be an architect. Jo Malone, when she was 6, was taking petals and making potions in her garden because she was going to be someone in the business of fragrance. So go back and find what makes your heart sing and follow it in a corporate way. Look at your skills. We can't all be leaders. We can't all be speakers. But maybe you have a different skill that you could develop. And never be scared of thinking outside the box. And use social media. Use all the fantastic free tutorials because you're here to find your gift, perfect your gift, share your gift with the whole world. And what a shame when we don't do that. We go, oh no, I can't share my gift. I don't even know what it is. It's what you love doing between those key ages of 5 and 15. And you were given that gift to take it to market. So be brave, be confident, and realize that's why you're here on the planet.
That's so beautiful, Marisa Peer. Thank you very, very much. We can go on forever, and I'm sure I will definitely have you another time, hopefully for another deeper topic. Thank you so much for all your tips, for all your tricks, and for all your inspiration.
If any of your audience would like some audios on wealth blocks or success blocks, go to marisapeer.com. They're totally free. We have so many free materials to help you get past money blocks, career blocks, and success blocks.
That's fantastic. So you heard that. You can go to marisapeer.com. You can go to chalhoubgroup.com and Chalhoub Group YouTube as well to watch the podcast and just unlock the potential for knowing your true worth, knowing your gifts, and acting on them. Thank you so much for listening, and send us your feedback and any topics you want in the future as usual. Bye.